Hi everyone. So we just hit 1,000 subscribers on this channel. That's pretty awesome, man. You know, about 2 to 3 years ago was when I uploaded my very first video, and I uploaded like 3 back to back just to share some of my ideas and some of my thoughts on what I wanted to work on. And I remember I was real excited when my very first project got over 100 views, and now the channel is sitting around 100,000 views in total for all my videos. And like I said, we just hit right over 1,000 subscribers. So thank you all for liking, sharing, and commenting. I've been actually reading your guys' commenting and trying to get back to it when I can. And it's been really cool, man. Really cool. There's so many. One video is over 40,000 views, and that's my HDPE plate video. So I just wanted to touch base with you guys, show you I'm not dead, because I haven't uploaded in a year, and kind of what's been going on. I bought this house that I've been staying in. My wife and I finally bit the bullet and got a mortgage on it, so we've been fixing it up. That's taken most of my time, is fixing up this house, which is, you know, it's been cool though. Completely redid the bathroom, changed some furnishings, got rid of a lot of stuff. Found out I'm going to be a dad, so that's pretty exciting news. You know, in about 4 months I'll have a little baby girl in the world, so I'm real excited about that. In between doing all that stuff and having a full-time job is, you know, kind of limited my free time to do projects. But before the kid gets here, I really want to knock out a bunch of projects. So I have a goal in mind. In the next 4 months, I'm going to try to finish at least 10 projects, because once the kid's here, I don't know if I'll even have free time, to be honest, to work on stuff I want to work on. I'm going to try, and it really depends on how much, you know, views and everything we can get from this point on. I also wanted, you know, to at least try to finalize some stuff, because I had a lot of projects that I started and never finished. So it's just one of those things that personally I'm trying my best to actually finish. So I guess not only to say thank you, I also wanted to show you guys what I'm working on currently, what some of the stuff you can expect to see in the next few months. So let's go ahead and quickly go over those things. First up, a lot of you have asked about stopping rifle rounds, and I had a few ideas about it. I didn't think that pure plastic could stop high caliber rounds, to be honest, but after experimenting more with the high density polyethylene, you know, the milk jugs, I found some interesting things on how to mold it and shape it. I have currently in the back of my garage about 20 milk jugs just sitting there ready to get molded, so I'm going to revisit that project. I'm going to do a few plates of your guys' suggestions that I've seen that were interesting, and I'm also going to back some with a little bit of metal and a few other things. So we'll cover that once I get to molding that stuff. So I also want to do an actual plate size rather than the 5x5. I want to do a, you know, like what a chest insert would be. Some of the other things I'm working on because of the rifle round stuff was I wanted to try to make my own homemade ceramics. So ceramic plates, I should say. And so I got silica carbide, tungsten carbide, and boron carbide powder. Pretty much the stuff that you use to sand, like air sand with. And I mixed it with a polyaramid epoxy resin mix, and they made some amazingly tough plates, man. I've been playing and experimenting with this for a bit. The idea behind this was pretty much, if you know what JB Weld is, it's a metal particle and epoxy mix that you can knead up. It's like a clay, and it heats up and it gets hard as a rock, and it's great for repair work, you know, just to have around the shop when you need to fix something. So the idea was, can I make pretty much a clay that'll harden just by being exposed to the air into whatever shape I molded it into that could stop ballistic threats at certain thicknesses. So I had fun actually experimenting with different ratios until I found one that I was comfortable with, and it really was like a JB Weld clay. And like I said, I did 3 different types. Tungsten carbide is this one, right? Silica carbide and boron carbide are these two, which that's what traditional ceramic plates for inserts are made out of, is silica carbide or boron carbide. So pretty excited to see. I'm going to wrap those up, and I'm hoping it'll stop some high caliber rounds. The other thing I've been working on, and I'm going to go ahead and finish out probably today and hopefully upload this by next Friday, is I've been working on stab resistant clothing. I think I mentioned this in previous videos. And I've tried different fabrics with different resins so that way they can still be flexible, you know? And the one that really interested me, the one that kind of was very peculiar, was I tried silly putty, of all things, and it had some very interesting results. So the challenge was, could I stop a blade with just 5 layers of fabric and some resin, because I wanted it to be very narrow, you know. So I made these little packets that I stitched them into, right? This was a fun project, man. It was really interesting to see the strengths of various fabrics. I did Kevlar, Spectra, Xylon, or no, I didn't use Xylon, I used Vectra, and fiberglass, and I tried a few different flexible resins. And so I'm going to be uploading that probably by next Friday, depending on how. I have a few more I want to try out to see if I can stop the blade from fully penetrating through. But there was definitely something there, and something that I want to continue to explore to see if I can't make something that's truly stab resistant, you know, because that's the goal. Would be to obviously take a hoodie like this and be able to stitch in those packets, you know, of whatever size, over your vitals, like your kidneys, right, under your arms, wherever you have arteries and stuff like that. Be flexible. You can still move easily, but if someone came up and tried to stab you, you know, if they were hitting those spots, you'd be fine. That's the kind of mentality behind it, rather than making like a full, you know, like a full coat out of the material. So those two. I also have been working on dissolving plastics and solvents. Main idea behind that is I wanted to see if I can't use plastics as a laminate. Be able to take sheets of fiberglass or whatever fabric and use hardened thermoset resins. Most plastics are they are thermoformable, not thermoset. Thermoset is when you mix 2 resins together and you get a plastic that can't be reformed, reshaped like epoxy and polyester resins. I wanted to take things like milk jugs, styrofoam, those types of plastics, instead of heating them up and melting them back down and reworking them, I wanted to see if I could go a different direction with solvents, using acetone, xylene, mineral spirits, thinners, things like that you can easily purchase yourself, you know. And it's been an interesting study. Not even necessarily for armor. It could, you know, you could rework any plastic piece if you could easily melt it down and pour it into a mold. So if you wanted to make anything, prototyping and the like, or for crafts and other projects. So that's an interesting study that I will be uploading here soon. So those 3, I have finally a round shield template. A lot of you have asked about a shield. I'm going to go ahead and make one. First one is going to be a composite round shield. I'm going to use that as like a mold template to build off of. It probably won't actually be a part of the shield itself. I'll remove that metal piece, you know, the lid from the, you know, I'm going to laminate it up and remove the composite and build up plastic and stuff. I also have some privacy window glaze. Someone in the comment section suggested I try to make a riot shield with a mirror reflection, so you can look through one side but the mirror is on the other. I really like that idea, so I've been practicing using that stuff on polycarbonate, and it's working pretty good. And so ideally I'll be able to make then a full tower shield, kind of riot shield, and it'll just be a mirror, you know. That's kind of a cool idea. So those are pretty much the 4 projects I'm currently working on, wrapping that, and I have another study I'm doing in composite layering that we've mentioned before on this channel. I'm going to release that here soon. Pretty much incorporating carbon fiber into some of my plate designs, some of the ideas I had behind it, some of the successes I've had with it, pretty much keeping the plates themselves together better. It's been really interesting. So anyways, I just wanted to touch base with you guys, show you kind of, you know, I've got a lot of workspace, I got a lot of plastic behind the camera set up and ready. Got my cure box up and running right now as we speak, so it'll be a good next couple of months for this channel. And thank you guys so much for sharing and liking the stuff. If you know you want to see a certain project that we mentioned before on the channel or something get done or revisited, go ahead and drop a comment, let me know, and we'll see if we can't squeeze it out in the next 4 months, because you know, after my child's here, it's going to be a lot harder to get out in the garage and work on these sort of things. But we're gonna try. We'll see how the future holds. If you guys have watched my videos and haven't subscribed, if you could go ahead and hit the subscribe button. We'll see what kind of numbers we can get up to. You know, now that we hit 1,000, we've already blown past that by 30 in just a few days, so I'm up to 1,030. So if we could go even higher, that'd be pretty awesome. So alright guys, see you in the next one. Later.